So this morning, we're in a subdivision, and this is a family's backyard. And their kids play soccer, and they want to practice in the backyard here. However, it's not level. What happened is that there's a septic field back here, so the fingers were back here. And over time, it's settled in certain areas and then humped in the others. Very difficult to play soccer on. So we had the homeowner, his name is Duane, kill the area with Roundup, and now we're going to till and level it. Then they'll plant grass seed. It's a pretty big area. They've actually killed more area than we thought they were going to. It's not rained lately, so it's pretty dry. It's gonna work up pretty well. I'm sure he's gonna go over it the other direction and a couple of different things. It's just gonna take a long time to till. It's a pretty big yard. They do have a nice area back here to play soccer. So this morning we had to bring several pieces of equipment with us. We brought the bucket with the teeth on it to spread out the dirt. I'm sure he'll use that to partially level it. And then he brought the soil pulverizer as well. Hopefully it'll work because the sod has been killed off. And then he brought the pallet forks just in case. It's always good to have forks, right? It looks like to me one of the interesting things today is how is he going to get the whole backyard tilled without running over it at places too many times and compacting it back down with the tractor. And then one of the big things is once we leave, this is a large area to keep watered. I hope they can get grass to grow and keep it growing here in the summer. And for those of you that are wondering, we do not guarantee that the grass will grow because we're not the ones here watering it and watching over it. I don't know if you can see the dog over there by the fence. At first he didn't like the tractor, but now he's just kind of resigned himself to the fact that the tractor is going to be here. So the next door neighbor's gotten out his little John Deere to mow the grass with. The homeowner asked that we till up around the tree. He tried to remove some old mulch and stuff around it so we could till and get through it, but it's still going to be probably pretty hard, and there may be tree roots pretty close to the surface, so we'll see if Tim has any trouble getting through this area. Yep, there's some roots in there. Looks like lots of roots actually. And I think there was some of that paper landscaping fabric that people put down. That's a lot of backyard. This is a job where a larger tractor would have been nicer. We probably could have done it a little bit faster, especially if we had a larger tiller. Go over everything just quicker and be able to move on to the next job. The gates here are plenty big enough. You can tell where they've killed off an area under the gate. They want us to till that too because the gate's not closing very well. And as far as a larger tractor is concerned, we could use it back here. It's a wide open area. I don't know that a cab would really be helpful, although it wouldn't be detrimental today. There's no big trees where the limbs would be getting into the cab or anything. But last night we were on 2 different jobs and we couldn't have used a cab tractor on either one of those. So I don't know. I think we have more projects where the cab would be in the way and also keep us from interacting with our homeowners that we work for. So I don't know. I'm still thinking I don't want a cab. I'm not sure if Tim's changed his mind. Today it's a beautiful day out, so it's not real hot yet. It's slightly overcast and it's in the 70s. It's actually very pleasant to be working in the backyard, even without a cab. Now he's got the bucket out. I'm going to use it as a way to level.
We walked in and we were like, okay, it's nice. And then we looked at the backyard and we're like, this is our house. And I'm like, oh, the kids are gonna love it. He almost looks like it's enjoying, like he's enjoying it. This is so nice. Because like I feel like you guys are like an average family.
Oh, we are, yeah.
My husband started quoting people, and it's just like, you want how much?
Yeah.
So our house came up, and it was funny because I was just like, God, let there be kids. My husband one winter, it was like a really warm winter, put up the basketball hoop, like it's underground and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And I kid you not, like the next day, there's like all these kids playing basketball out front, and I was just like,
cool.
where did these kids come from? So I kid you not, there was like 8 kids at the basketball court.
Oh,
and then,
wow.
One of the boys had brought their little sister to play with Emma, and I was just like, where did all these kids come from?
God answered your prayer.
But it's nice. The kids know that they're welcome here, and then our kids are welcome at the,
Right.
so it doesn't matter. The problem is, one night we're all like, are our kids at your house? Let me check, you know?
Right, yeah. Where are our kids? Uh-oh, he's found a rock or something.
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness.
That's huge. I thought we were going to have to excavate the whole backyard and then bring dirt in. Started talking about doing that. I'm like, that's a lot of dirt. Like,
Yes, yeah. It's already looking a lot more level in here. This backyard's really nice because it slopes off gently from the house towards the backyard. They shouldn't have to worry about water around their foundation. Okay, so now he's got out the soil pulverizer. So we'll see what that does. That was his first pass. In the past, we've had trouble when we try to use it on ground where we've tilled that had live grass. But this has been killed, so maybe it's a little better. The homeowners here have been gone most of the morning. The wife was here for a while, but she had to take her daughter to sports events. And Dad was gone with his son at sporting events. But we're expecting the dads to come home pretty soon. That's definitely helping to take out the ridges where the tiller goes back and forth. Even though he's tilled it almost 3 directions, you can still see the passes of the tiller. So this is helping to level that out, smooth that out. Looks like it's working pretty good here. It's still rolling up some of the dead sod, but it is kind of leveling it out better. I'm standing off in the grass so that I won't get in Tim's way, but it's even unlevel here where I'm standing. But they were trying to be respectful of their neighbors and not kill all the grass in their backyard. This is going a lot faster because he doesn't have to try to turn around at the ends like you do when you're tilling.
What do you think?
I think it's working pretty well.
I do too. I've been over it all once now.
Okay.
And I can't go very deep at all that first time over. From my experience in our garden last year, you can go back and see that video if you want. We were just playing in the garden with it. Once I've gone over it once, I think I can go deeper, meaning I can put it down further, and it may not really go any deeper, but I think I can get those teeth in just a little bit, and I don't know, maybe do better. Now right down here it's too wet.
Oh.
So it's not doing very well down here.
Okay.
We always talk about the soil conditions have to be dry to really do any tilling or any work like this. Otherwise you just pack it down, and that's what's happening in the corner. It's just getting all packed down. Other than that, I think this is doing great. I think it's having 2 intended purposes. It is helping to level the yard.
Yes.
And I think it's also packing it a little bit, and it'll be a better seed bed for the grass.
Why were you going around in circles here?
Trying to get the last little bit. I got there for a while. I had it maybe just a little bit too low, and I dragged up a big pile.
I saw you had a big pile of dirt. I was wondering.
I was trying to gently get rid of that without dumping it all in one spot.
Really
Ah,
helping.
good. Here comes Duane with a spreader.
Yeah.
We're ready for sweet corn. That's what we're doing, right? We're going to plant
We
sweet
can
corn.
do that.
I'm afraid his kids wouldn't like that as well.
No.
Oh, it'd be hard to play soccer around sweet corn, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
they want some soccer. A soccer field. Nice and plush.
What do you think so far?
It looks good. I like it.
It looks brown.
Well, it's a start.
Well, having that grass killed really helped.
So what kind of grass seed did you buy?
I've got two. I've got sort of a starter, and then the Kentucky bluegrass. What I read was that's a little bit hardier and better for sun.
Right.
So I was going to try to do the starter and then a light, that Kentucky bluegrass go around and do that too.
It looks like you bought a bunch of fertilizer too. That's
I did.
good.
Yeah. Amazing what equipment like that can do such a nice job, quick job.
Looks like Duane is already about the business of fertilizing. Meanwhile, Tim's still going round and round with a soil pulverizer. I think this is working well, so he can spread the fertilizer and Tim can still go over it a couple of times with the soil pulverizer, and that mixes the fertilizer in. It's definitely looking more level than when we first got here.
And from my standpoint, I could tell it was in pretty good shape when I could go over it in all directions without the tractor bouncing. Well, Duane, it looks like you got the seed out. We went off to lunch.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
Maybe we'll take the little soil pulverizer and just run over it again just to kind of mix that seed in just a little bit.
Okay. Should take off.
Hopefully it will. If it doesn't, you'll have a muddy mess.
Exactly. Put some more seed down. Try it again. But,
Well,
no, it looks good, and I thank you very much for coming out.
Okay. We're happy to be here. It's a beautiful day. I couldn't ask for a better day for it.
No, you couldn't.
Duane's not home, but I talked to him yesterday, and he said that he's got the grass planted. There's a lot of crabgrass though, because it's been such a hot summer. He did keep it watered, but it's much more level, and his kids can play soccer now without having to worry. So it's looking good. Thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim.